First of all, I would like to thank all of you for coming out. We have a lot of valued partners here today. We have a wonderful representation from Winnebago Industries, which we're grateful for. We certainly are grateful for that partnership that we have with Winnebago Industries here in Forest City. I'd also like to welcome many of our contractors, Kingland Construction Services, as well as several valued subcontractors that we'll touch on as we do our ribbon cutting ceremony. I'd also like to welcome members of the Chamber of Commerce, as well as Forest City Economic Development, as well as a lot of family. So first of all, thank you for coming. First and foremost, though, I think it's important that we recognize one of the reasons why we are even actually capable of being here. And for me personally, as well as our family, the events of September 11th provided a wake-up call to America and certainly to our family. And it refreshed our respect for the military personnel that protect us on a daily basis. So one of the critical ingredients to this facility was certainly our representation towards that and our respect towards that. So what we'd like to kick off with first is our flag raising ceremony for not only the United States flag, but also with the prisoner of war flag. We have Bob Rollison here from the local American Legion. Bob is not only a retired military personnel, he certainly is instrumental within the American Legion, but many of you might not know he is actually the first face of Lichtsinn Motors that most people see when they actually come to take delivery of their new RV from anywhere in the world. Bob is one of our drivers that is certainly one of the reasons why we have been as successful as we have. So please welcome Bob Rollison.
I'd like to thank you all for coming, and as Ron said, the defense of this flag is the thing that makes all of these things possible. And it wouldn't happen if there hadn't been an awful lot of people who lived and died to keep that flag flying. So we're going to fly it, and we're going to have the help of Ron and Hope Litsinn's two young sons. They're going to hand me the flags. We're going to put them on the pole, and their father's going to raise them. At that point, I'm going to ask Ron to give me back the microphone, and I'll lead you. I think the Pledge of Allegiance would be fitting at that point. Thank you.
What's the problem? That's good. That's so loud. My toes? Oh. Got hot.
Wait till I get
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so at this point, how's everybody doing? Don't complain that it's too hot, because this is what we've been waiting for. So, first of all, again, thank you for coming. We are grateful for a lot of partnerships that we have. We certainly have developed a wonderful relationship with an upstart company, with Kingland Construction Services, of which I'm going to have Eric come up here and speak here in a little bit. But over the last 13 months, and we were supposed to be done at this point in time, let's put it that way. So over the last 13 months, I certainly have been MIA from a lot of different components. First and foremost, my family. And so I certainly apologize for that. A lot of our management team I've been absent from for the last 13 months, so again, I apologize for that. For those of you that have thought that this was a 13-month vacation, I'll let you apologize for that. So. But again, we're grateful for our relationships that we have, not only with Winnebago Industries as well as several of our valued partners in construction. So I also would like to specifically point out a grateful relationship that we have with Heidi Thompson, who is our Vice President of Finance and Human Resources. Heidi has literally been a critical partner in the development of this facility, the design, the execution, and over the last 13 months has certainly taken on a second full-time job. So I'm certainly grateful for that, and please join me in a round of applause for Heidi. So also, I mentioned earlier, Kingland Construction Services was our lead contractor, our general contractor in this engagement. And if it were not specifically for our relationship with Eric Kingland, we would have sought out a different contractor. And the one thing that each of you need to understand as you're looking for a contractor, or as he is looking for additional business, is Eric genuinely cares. And he genuinely cares to make certain that whatever job he is doing is done right. And you can see that in his attention to detail, his execution, and just throughout the course of the fact that he follows through on what he says. I'd also like to just point out a couple of key subcontractors that were valuable in this execution. Is Dennis Faber here from Larson's?
Danny's here.
Danny. Danny, thank you for all that you've done, and thank you for putting up with us, and hopefully you've had a little bit of fun in the way. Also from Lichtsinn Electric is Mr. Sturba and Marv in the back. So Jerry, the one thing that I want you to take back to John, since he couldn't be here, is we had several subcontractors throughout this engagement. Lichtsinn Electric is the only one that we did not take out to bid, because I would not have anyone else do our work. So thank you. Go ahead, Paul. Also, speaking selfishly on behalf of my family, we're grateful for the development that we've done towards the north edge of Forest City throughout this corridor. I think this is a wonderful icon of a valued RV manufacturer, certainly the largest and greatest RV manufacturer in the world with respect to share quality and the fact that everything that they think about is put into their RVs. So again, this has been a wonderful investment for us and certainly for our guests. And that is the one thing that each of you should understand. We did not build this facility for us. We built this for our guests, and that's what unfortunately a lot of my employees have heard me say specifically to our guests, is that this was built for them, for the process flow of expanding our parts and service operations. So again, a wonderful investment. What I'd like to do now is turn the mic over to Eric Kingland from Kingland Construction Services for a few words.
Okay, thanks a lot for coming. Ron touched on everyone that's showed up here, and it's great to see the support for a fantastic investment into Forest City and to the community, as well as all the partners and everybody that were here that was local. That plays a lot for, I know, the Lichtsinn family and the Lichtsinn dealership is to work with. So, can you hear me now? Sorry, I can scream if I need to. Okay, so thanks. More importantly, I guess I just wanted to also just touch on a couple of the other subs. Steve from Eddie's, Cole from Advanced Door Systems. I think that's the other subs that were here. There were many people that go into this. I've heard lots of compliments to me personally, which I do appreciate. It makes me feel extremely proud to be a part of this project. But there's so many people that were involved in this project. My guys and all of my people, Kent Croman gave my superintendent, and all the guys that are here every day working all winter long when it's minus 25 and wind chill of ridiculousness. And now we're turning into summer and it's getting hot. So doing all those things is a hard thing to do. It's an extremely gratifying industry to be in. 13, 14 months ago, we were standing on this little hill out here, this little concrete area. Heidi and Ron and I are kind of, pieing up and determining where the building's going to face, and then to be at this point and be able to walk upstairs and look straight up Secor just like we did, that's a very, very cool feeling. So again, thanks to the Lichtsinn family, specifically Ron, working with you, and Heidi has been a fantastic time. Thanks to all the people involved, and thanks to everyone for coming out and showing a little support. Shelly, I've got a couple gifts. This is my wife, Shelly, who I forgot to thank. So I'll thank her now. Love you, dear. Heidi, one of these for you. Small token of appreciation for them putting up with me, and for the collaboration that we were able to come up with and put on a fantastic facade from the north side of Forest City. Thanks.
So again, I mentioned earlier that the Forest City Chamber of Commerce is here. We're going to have our business after hours from 5 to 7. I'd also like to thank those from Forest City Economic Development for being here in attendance. Unfortunately, Mayor Shea was not able to make it, so on his behalf, with respect to Forest City Economic Development, we have welcome, and please welcome, Mason Harms.
Good afternoon. Very happy to be here today. Very happy to be invited and to be a part of this occasion. I've known Ron since we were little kids, and I really admire what he's done here and have a lot of respect for him and his family and all the folks that were involved. It's a terrific investment and achievement. On behalf of Forest City Economic Development and all of its member organizations, I would like to congratulate Ron and Hope and all their staff on this very significant occasion. The construction of this building and the investment required to make it a reality demonstrate a deep commitment to the city of Forest City. I think it's important for all of us to remember that and celebrate this type of progress in our town. Thanks again for the invite. I am very glad to be here today, and congratulations, Ron and Hope.
right, so y'all are welcome inside. We are actually going to do beer, wine, champagne inside, so please join us inside. We're going to first do the ribbon cutting, and then you are welcome to come up either side of the ramp. So again, thank you all for coming.
Why don't you guys like grab a motor from a rope or something, or through a big old...
Now you come on.
Come on, I'm not on staff here. I have to keep